It's now almost 2 weeks since the Springbok All Black test at the weekend, 2 weekends ago. I'm still glowing a little bit, but not just because of that. It was also the way and how our women's Springboks performed. I managed to catch the last 5 minutes of what was the curtain raiser to the men's senior team, and it was a routing of the women's Barbarian side, 59 to 17 in that game. And I then went and watched the highlights of that women's Springboks and Barbarians game. And gosh, the level of intensity and also the level of flair and excitement that I think this team brings currently at the moment is amazing. So there's another test match coming up on our way at DHL Cape Stadium. Springbok Women's, they host Spain tomorrow, 19th of September on Thursday. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. So we reached out to see if they'll be able to spare some of their time and join us in studio, and it so happens that they have a break from training this morning. So in studio I have Eloise Webb and Lindelwa Gwala, Springboks, here in studio with us. Firstly, what an amazing win 2 weekends ago at Cape Town Stadium, and I think by that time there was already something like 30,000 people already inside the stadium, and then filled up to its capacity later in the day. But what was the experience like with a stadium that was clearly attracted to the way that the Springbok women's side was playing that day, Lindelwa?
Well, I think we were very privileged to be able to curtain raise before the Springbok men. We went into the game though just thinking that we're going in, it's our own game, we didn't want to think about it as a curtain raiser, but the fact that we were going to play before the men was a huge positive for us because it gathered the crowds, and it was just amazing to be playing in that specific field because we don't get that opportunity a lot. Yeah, so it was a great privilege.
Yeah, because if I look at women's rugby and how it's grown around the world, in the UK they have active televised leagues, Eloise, with their smaller stadiums than us, so it looks like they're always full. That I must say, we have bigger stadiums. But televised women's rugby games in the UK, the social media presence of a US women's team, and of course the New Zealand women's team, equally as legendary as the New Zealand men. So there is scope and growth for a women's Springbok team to reach that level, Eloise?
Yes, 100%. I fully agree, and we can just get better at promoting the women's rugby game. I think a lot of people know about the Springbok women's team. A lot more people know about us. So, yeah, if we can market women's rugby a little bit better, that would be great for the team as well, because then we know South Africa is backing us, even though we know they do. Some of the people that is aware of women's rugby. So I fully agree. The team is doing good. I think it's a good coaching staff that bought into our rugby. So I think the team will just get better. If we get the support that we need, that would be awesome as a team. And I can't see that we will get worse by the support that we're getting.
I'm a very big fan of Coach Swace as an analyst. I used to watch him on a Monday night on SuperSport. He's brought on board with a high performance team, and just over the last few weeks, I have seen this growth in the senior team. And what has Coach Swace brought on board?
Great depth of knowledge. Like, you can tell in the way that he does things that he has been in this. He has a different style, like many different styles to say the least, not just one. And he's just bringing on board to us all of that, and we are taking it on. And you can see, you can even see it when we get on the pitch that, before that, there has been information that's been given to us by a very well-informed person. It's good to see. It's changing our game. I think the Barbers game is evidence to that. The women's game is growing, and it's going on a very different level. It's going to be interesting to watch, interesting to see, and I think the whole of South Africa should actually get on board with it.
I think so, and I'm sure they will. But let's talk about the structure of women's rugby globally. There are various tiers of women's rugby, the Springbok Women's feature in the WX, the 15, the third tier. When do you see yourself, or is there a plan? Do you discuss with the team on when we go to tier 2, when we go to tier 1, and we're competing on the level of a New Zealand, of an England, who have established entrenched structures? And I spoke about televised games already. What is the timeline for South African women to reach that level? Eloise?
It's like Lindelwa said, the depth in women's rugby isn't great in South Africa at the moment. So with Sway's looking at talent, younger talent coming into the system, that's great. And it's great opportunities for younger players to come through the ranks and come through the Springbok women's team. And the more depth we have as a squad, the better we will become as well. So, and just playing against better opposition is already helping the team so much. Like playing against Barbas, that's experienced players that we played against. Playing against Spain this coming Thursday, it's going to be great for the team. Playing against teams that will test us as a team as well. So the more we can play against better teams, the better we will become as well. Just gaining experience. And yes, WXV2, we currently in WXV2, so we're already in a better position to play against better teams. And I think we will grow as a team playing against better opposition. And when we grow as a team, we can compete against WXV Tier 1 as well. So it's going to take time to build the brand, and we're already getting better. Every time we play, we're getting better. So it's just by getting experience and just understanding the game better, which I think we're already doing as a team. So yeah, we will get there, and I think we just get better every time we play.
And I hope we reach a level where we can also say we have legends in this game globally. I've watched and admired women like Portia Woodman playing, Ruby Tui of both of New Zealand. Those are literal superstars in the game, and hopefully a Lindelwa, hopefully a Eloise, hopefully a Nadine Roos become those real stars. And looking by the stepping last 2 weekends ago at Cape Town Stadium, watching the highlights, I think we're not too far away from there.
Definitely not. Definitely not. We are not too far away from there. Like, we have to consider the timeline that we've been back, like the women's game has been back, because there was a time where the South African women's rugby side was like just not there. And then we've been building, and coming back, we've made a lot of noise. Like we've made a lot of noise. We've played a lot of international games, and even though there were certain work-ons, we still have certain work-ons, but every time we play against teams, they can feel that we are actually there. People that are watching us see that there is a lot of potential and the spark is there. So with more time, as Eloise has said, with more time, I'm certain that we are going to be there. We're going to have legends, and just between us, I think we already have legends.
Yeah. So tomorrow, Cape Town Stadium, kickoff is at 5 p.m. and people are asking about tickets. Can we organize tickets? The tickets are so affordable that you don't have to ask for free tickets, because ticket prices, 35 Rand per person, 50 Rand for 2, 100 for 4 tickets. And if your kids are under the age of 18, they only enter for 10 Rand. So what would it mean to you? 5 p.m. may be a little bit of a difficult time. And this has been a little bit of my problem. And you're right. Women's rugby should not be a curtain raiser for men. Women's rugby should equally have a prime place when people are available to attend on weekends. But this is when this test is scheduled. What would it mean to you to have a sizable crowd tomorrow?
We'd appreciate that very much. Like, we are doing our part. We are working very hard as a team. We are working really, really hard. I can assure you that. But I think just we ask South Africa to understand that they also have a part to play in the growth of women's rugby, not women's rugby, women's sport in general. We need the support in order to keep growing. So please show up in numbers. You will not be disappointed.
Eloise?
Yes, I fully agree with Lynn. We putting in the hard work. We're gonna showcase good rugby, and we're very excited for some spectators to come and support us. So please make your way to the DHL Stadium and come and support us.
DHL Cape Town Stadium kickoff is at 5 o'clock. Tickets as affordable as 35 Rand. Kids under 18 enter for only 10 Rand. You can book via Ticketmaster. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. They'll be back after this.